my name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. I'm at home today. Kind of had a little flu outbreak at the office, so I decided to be safer here. As a former IRS agent, I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. I've been doing this for 50 years. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters, and I have a whole team of former IRS agents that work with us. And I make these YouTubes for 3 reasons: to inform you, to educate you, so you don't get ripped off. There's a lot of people out there who don't know what they're doing. And as a former IRS agent, I like to kind of tell you what's going on from the inside out so you can understand some of the things that you need to know. Most of my YouTubes are educational and informative, and sometimes, like today, I just want to explain to you why you may want to hire a former IRS agent involved in your IRS audit representation. I have a full team with me, from an IRS notice or letter going to any audit to tax court. We kind of really do all of that. But former IRS agents really have an advantage in IRS tax audit, and it only makes sense. We've worked at IRS. We know what they do. We know the methodologies. We know everything, in fact, that they're going to do ahead of time before they actually do it. But some of the reasons specifically that I want to tell you that are really important, and all this should make common sense. This isn't something like like I'm trying to sell this or that. If you have a former IRS agent in the audit division, it's really helpful. I think you have to know that no audit goes perfect. Nobody has all records. I've never met anyone who retained us that actually had all records. But we know the thresholds that IRS will allow when they do their negotiation. So since everyone does not have all their records, there is a give or take that goes on. See, IRS does not want the case going to appeals or tax court. So they want to go ahead and settle the case as soon as they can. That's what they want to do. They don't want the case to keep being worked over and over. Since we know those thresholds and the limits and allowances, they're more likely to settle with us. So if they give us something here, then we've got to give them something there, but we know how to compress that and get the best value, in fact, out of that. We know when to hold them, and we know when to fold them, and we know how to work that deal out generally for your best interest. So when you negotiate, knowing the tolerances is something we do well, because we had the job, we sat on the other side, and we know exactly what the hell that they're going to do. This just should make absolutely perfect sense to you. Why people hire people outside of former IRS agents who know the system that well, I, honest to God, will never know. There's a lot of value that attorneys and CPAs and everyone has. Now, if you've had someone prepare your books and records and you're happy with them, you should use, in fact, your own accountant. But dealing with IRS is its own beast. It's a separate niche, and it's a separate vertical. And if you're looking to get a settlement and not push it forward, and to minimize your penalties and interest, you really want to look at former IRS agents. The reason, too, that is absolutely critical. Many times IRS wants to tack on penalties, and we kind of know when they can and when they can't. But once again, stick with your own accountant if they know what the hell they're doing and they have experience. If you have a serious audit, man, you better consider doing this. If it's an easy audit and you got most of the records, do it yourself. There's nothing wrong. But remember, IRS has thresholds, IRS has limits, they have allowances, and they have tolerances, and all those are built into negotiations. Okay? Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. Well, you can contact us or ask us free questions. I'm happy to go ahead and answer.